Is this the lowest mileage 2008 Lexus ISF? It might be. Hello everyone, welcome to Marty Motoring. Today we're going to be looking at the Lexus ISF. Now there's two here. One is mine and I featured it on the channel. I actually bought it from my brother, who then a few months later went and just bought this 2008 Lexus ISF also, but in blue. This is the ultrasonic blue color. It's a little more rare. I had a 350 in that color and it just looks really, really good. He bought it from a tech at RR Racing, Geza, and it's a super nice car, nice build. He did a really good job with it. And today we're gonna take a look at all of the mods done and what kind of power it makes. So like I said, this is my 2008 Lexus ISF. It has 148,000 miles. I've done wheels, springs. I've featured it in all my videos, custom headlights. I actually bought this from my brother. Well, I guess he was missing the ISF, so he went and bought an even faster one. This is supercharged with the RR Racing supercharger, and it makes like 600 something wheel with E85, and we're gonna dive into it here. So you had a 2008 ISF that you sold me, and now you got another one. So what's up with that?
Yeah, I mean, I figured I was gonna look for a new one, maybe like one with lower mileage, but I figured with this one is 2008, but it has the LSD and 200 more horsepower, so, and it was done well. So yeah, I figured it's pretty solid.
Now it is winter here in Pennsylvania and it's pretty cold. It's like 30 something degrees. So it's not the best for these tires and these cars. That's why I haven't been making too many videos on this. I bought the Toyota Sequoia and I've been building that if you saw the last video. So there'll be some updates on that soon. And then we have the ISF on the channel and now we have another ISF. So what's the big difference with this? Well, it being supercharged, it obviously makes a lot more power. And with it being such low mileage, it's very sought after. So you can see inside here, the Alcantara steering wheel. It's a very track setup. The seats look like brand new compared to mine, which are a little bit more worn. The Alcantara center console lid, everything's carbon fiber in here. So this car is 15 years old, but it doesn't look like it. And these are becoming more and more rare just because there was only about 5,200 in North America and a lot of people have crashed them. 2008 was the most popular year, with the other models being a little less in production due to many different reasons. But still, with only 5,200 on the road, this might be the lowest mileage ISF. And this paint is in really good condition. We have the color matched grille surround, which I never even thought of. That looks really cool. It's pretty much like going back in time with this car because of how clean it is. You can see the engine bay, pristine. And the panels in the engine bay are still here. These engine covers with cutouts around the stuff for the supercharger. So here is the supercharger, it's a Rotrex. And if you've been following the channel, this is a lot like the supercharger on my IS350. But obviously this kit is different for the V8s. We have the RR Racing air oil separator, and this car also has the Cusco LSD, limited slip differential, so that's really nice for performance. So this is a really good track setup. It has the RR Racing brace here, which I have the blue one on mine. Maybe we'll trade at some point, I don't know. Maybe he wants the blue one, but this black one also looks nice and sleek. The engine cover off, just like mine, for heat and performance, and the engine cover doesn't really fit with this on. You have to trim it. So that's a look under the hood. We have the anti-gravity battery, and just pretty much everything you can do to this car has been done. You can see the intercooler piping right there and the intercooler peeking through. These are probably the cleanest second-gen headlights you'll ever see. I mean, they are perfect condition and super chrome, and it's HID, so it has the projectors. For 2008, these were really good, and they still are good, compared to my modded ones, which are also factory ones, but they were just modified and made black. So they work really well. We have the carbon lip up front. We have some track wheels, which, you know, when I first saw these, I wasn't a huge fan, but seeing them in person, it's a lot better. The machine finish actually looks really good. Big rotors and the RCF brakes with the F logo on them. So these wheels have a really good offset, no spacers or anything like that. And you can see they have a good offset. There are a lot of spokes, they look really cool. And yeah, I mean, they're not gonna be everybody's favorite wheel, but this isn't for looks, this is for performance. Lightweight track wheels, and they have a lot of fins for airflow and everything like that. Again, in the rear, they are Racing two-piece rotors and RCF brakes. I mean, this thing stops well, it goes well, and I was just informed that there are Wilwood pads. So Really good setup for brakes. And in the rear, there's powder coated black tips and Alphega diffuser and wing. And these are full carbon fiber and they look awesome. As far as exhaust, this car has the PPE unequal length headers with a Borla catback and different mufflers from what I have on my Borla. So they're just kind of smaller, so you get a little more volume. And it's a perfect setup with the supercharger. You get good volume, it's not too loud, not raspy or anything like that. Just perfect setup. So this car is like modified really well. It's very clean. It still looks pretty factory if you don't know what you're looking at, but there's so many good additions to it. It's modified nice and clean. And that's how you want it. You don't want something that's hacked up and thrown on. And this is the way to build a car. My brother got it for a great price from a guy that knows his stuff and built it well. Sounds good. I actually got to drive this a little bit and yeah, it's spun, it's cold out, so it's not the best time. But I figured I wanted to make this video while we could and while it's fresh and he just got it. So it sounds nice and solid. So unfortunately we can't romp on it too hard because of how cold it is. This thing with the power will just spin out and we don't want to crash. So we're going to be a little careful, but you can kind of get an idea for how a supercharged ISF sounds. I did do one other video in a supercharged ISF, and that was with Clayton with it SC ISF back a couple years ago. But it's really cool to have one local now. But definitely hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos on this and my ISF if you're into ISFs and performance. We'll do some more videos on this car. And this thing runs on E85 or C85. And so we had a scare earlier because the gas was getting low and we had to find a spot with E85 and put that in. And now it's running good again. So that's the one thing. You make a lot more power with E85, but only some stations have it, especially here in like central Pennsylvania. It is really cold and really windy, but there is the car. It looks awesome and drives really nice, and we'll do some more videos once it warms up. It's just too cold and too windy here to be able to enjoy this fully. So we're back. We got both of the cars, went for a little ride, and just kind of got an idea for what the car is, what it can do. Obviously, it's just too cold. You can see it's the middle of winter. There's no leaves. It's like 30-something degrees. Not prime conditions for a sports car with summer tires. But like I said, wanted to make the video. My brother's back in an ISF. I have his old one, and mine's more of like a cruiser. I'll probably do some more modifications to it, but I don't think I'll go that route with the supercharger and all that. It's just a big expense, and I can always just drive his. Well, with that said, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. What do you think of the blue supercharged ISF? If you want to follow along with more ISF videos, definitely hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on Instagram at Marty Motoring. I'm always posting stories and updates with the cars. Hey, what do you do for a living?
Oh my God, dude, I've seen all your videos.
Cool, how do you afford this awesome car?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay, cool. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep those wheels turning.
So long.